Hi there. So last week somebody asked me, why do you work with mums and you're not even a mum yourself? And it dawned on me that I've had my own business for 11 years, and if this mum asked me that question, then loads of other mums must have thought it over the years. So I just wanted to get it off my chest and share the reason why I do what I do. So I qualified, always worked in fitness from like when I was at school. Always worked in fitness, worked for big health clubs, David Lloyd, Holmes Place, if anyone remembers them. But I started my own business 11 years ago, PT qualified, pre and postnatal qualified, did a heap of qualifications, and a work colleague asked me to put on like a 6-week course. She was going to fund it, a 6-week course, pre and postnatal for her mums where she worked. And when you first start working for yourself, I'll be honest, you say yes to everything because you never know where it may lead, knowledge, experience, meeting people. So I said yes, and I didn't really think too much about where it was going to lead or what I was going to do after this 6 weeks. But here's the thing, before the age of 10, if they diagnosed it then, I would definitely say that I suffered as a very young child with anxiety and depression, and I had a very advanced form of OCD. I had to go and see a psychiatrist for it. But here's the thing, from about the age of 10, and I really cross my fingers when I say this, I've never suffered with depression, a little bit of anxiety if I've been drinking alcohol maybe, but depression and things like that haven't entered my life. And the reason why they haven't is because I've always exercised. So as a youngster, I belonged to a swimming club. I then played a lot of squash, got into working in health and fitness. And then from my early teenage years, when everyone was reading Forever and Mills and Boon, I started reading a lot of self-development books to help work on my mindset, and that really helped me. So here's the thing, I started doing this 6-week course with new mums and mums in general, and I find there's a similarity because not all at all, but lots of mums when they first had the baby suffer with postnatal depression, or when they've got children, they're just not themselves. You know, they give birth to these bundles of joy that they absolutely adore, but it might not be as amazing as they had anticipated. They're out of the routine of work, so they're not getting that adult connection. When their partner, husband comes home from work, the partner understandably might be more interested in picking up the baby or spending time with the children. The same with their friends, they're more interested in the children than how mum is feeling. You're sleep deprived, you're not cooking proper dinners because you're putting your children first, racing them around to swimming clubs, whatever you're doing. So I found there was a connection there, because although I'm not a mum, and I'm going to be honest, I never wanted to be a mum. I love children, but just haven't been maternal, that's being upfront and honest. But I could see a connection there. I understood exactly how they were feeling. And also, here's the thing, during this 6-week course, obviously the mums that came along knew that I wasn't a mum, but because of that, I think they found it easier to talk to me, because even if I was, I'm not judgmental or overly opinionated, but even if I was, I didn't have an opinion on what they were doing, whether it was right or wrong. What kind of things did they feel they were being judged on, whether you should breastfeed or not, what kind of buggy, weaning, do you let your baby cry, I forget the terminology for it, or do you pick up your baby and cuddle them? There are all these things that they felt they might have been judged on by other people, but because I didn't have children, I couldn't judge them anyway. So during the 6 weeks, I found that mums were becoming really open and honest and finding it quite easy to talk to me. And for that reason, after, literally this is 11 years ago, after that first 6 weeks, I knew that I wanted to work with mums. And the reason why is A, because I totally understood and I could feel where they were coming from, but also I knew that I could really help them with their physical health and well-being and their mental health and well-being. So this is a little bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to get it off my chest, just in case you have met me and you've ever wondered, why does she work with mums if she's not a mum herself? So there is my story, over and out.